Welcome back in. Sundown tonight marks the start of Shabbat for Jews around the world, and then tomorrow night Passover begins. And during that multi-day holiday, the Jewish community will celebrate their liberation from slavery in ancient Egypt. But despite the holiday, Jews are also faced with the daunting reality there are still dozens of hostages being held right now by Hamas.
And now some are trying to make headlines about a fracture within the Israeli military. About 1,000 Israeli Air Force reservists and retirees signed a letter calling for the return of the remaining hostages, even if it means ending the war. But that letter is not being received well by everyone. According to the Associated Press, Israeli army is now vowing to fire the active members who signed this letter. Joining us now is the chaplain for New York City Fire Department and the executive vice president of the New York Board of Rabbis, Rabbi Joe Potasnik. We also hear is founder of ARC, Rabbi Pinchas Taylor. Rabbi Pinchas, I'll start with you. You know, this is a time when Jews around the world are supposed to be celebrating freedom. It is hard to do that when you're in the midst of a war and there are still other Israelis are being held by Hamas still. How do you reconcile all that together at this point?
Well, thank you again for having me. That's absolutely true. It's certainly a very difficult thing to experience freedom and redemption when you have some of your own brothers and sisters still being held captive in essentially enslavement for the past year and a half at this point. But the message I think that resonates with us is that it is a season of redemption. It is a time where we're hoping and praying an extra focus on the redemptive nature of this holiday. And we pray to God that very soon we all experience a Passover where everyone was redeemed for their incarceration.
Rabbi Joe, your thoughts.
Thank you so much. It's a bittersweet time. And in fact, when we look at the Seder plate, we have sweet and bitter coming together. Yeah, it's very difficult, as the rabbi said, to sit there when you know there are people who are being held in captivity. And by the way, there are families who are waiting for their dead loved ones to be returned. So it's living hostages and dead hostages. And then as long as we know that, we have a moral responsibility to speak out. Every Jew should feel safe anywhere in Israel, on the college campus. So we will not be silent while people are suffering. And I hope we'll see the return. But until that happens, we'll sit at the table. But when we walk away, we'll make our noise so everybody will hear this is immoral.
Yes, those are good words. Gentlemen, thank you to both of you for joining us.